In this video, we are going to continue our education about high A grace notes. But this time, we're going to learn how to play ascending high A grace notes. And that simply means when you go from a lower note up to a high G with a high A grace note. All right, what does that mean? So for instance, if you were going to play an E up to a high G with a high A grace note, it would sound like this. Okay, or from a low A. All right, and you can do that from a low G and low A, a B, a C, a D, an E, or an F. All right, so there's lots and lots of variations of ascending high A grace notes. All right, so again, really slowly, you're playing something like an E, then you're gonna lift all your fingers up, and then back down, you're gonna put your thumb. All right, so that's what it would be like slowly, and then up to speed, it would be like this. All right, if you wanna learn more about the ascending high A grace notes, I offer a course where we go really in depth with it, and it goes all the way from beginner up to advanced playing. And you can find a description for that in the description below. And or if you're a absolute beginner player and you want to learn the basics of the bagpipes, I have a free course that's in the description below as well. Or if you want to take some one-on-one lessons, we can do that too. All right. So again, it's just any note. It could be a low G, a low A, a B, a C, a D, excuse me, an E or an F, up to a high G with a high A grace note. All right, so again, from a F, it would be like this. Okay, now what we're gonna do is I wanna get a close up at the chanter so there's no confusion, all right? And there'll be some diagrams and stuff to make it as simple as possible, and we'll go through them all. And we will also do a exercise at the end of this video, all right? So we're gonna go through all the different notes up to a high G with a high A grace note, and then we're going to do an exercise at the end of the video as well. All right, so let's get a close-up of my fingers and get going. Ascending high A grace notes can be played from a low G, A, B, C, D, E, or an F. Okay, let's start with an F. So to play an ascending high A grace note from an F up to a high G, you're going to start with an F, then you're going to lift this top finger and your thumb at the same time, and then put your thumb back down. All right, again, so it's F, both fingers up, thumb back down. Okay, so really slowly, it would sound like this. At a medium speed, it would sound like this. And then up to speed, it would sound like this. To go from an E up to a high G with a high A grace note, you would start with an E, then you lift up this finger, and your thumb at the same time, and then you put your thumb back down. Okay? So again, E, these three fingers up, thumb back down. Okay? Really slowly, it would sound like this. At a medium speed, it would sound like this. And then up to speed, it would sound like this. To go from a D up to a high G with a high A grace note, you would start with your D, lift all these fingers up at the same time, and put these fingers down at the same time, and then put your thumb up. Okay? So a lot going on. Your D, then all these fingers up and these fingers down, and then put your thumb back down. Okay? A lot of room for mistakes, so make sure all your fingers are going exactly where they need to go. Okay? So really slowly, it would sound like this. At a medium speed, it would sound like this. And then up to speed, it would sound like this. To go from a C up to a high G with a high A grace note, you'd start by playing your C, then you're going to lift all your top fingers up and put these fingers down all at the same time, and then put your thumb back down. All right, so again, your C, all the top fingers up, and then you put your bottom fingers down, but you raise your pinky, and then you put your thumb back down. Okay? Again, similar to the D, there's a lot of fingers moving. Okay? So take it slowly. Here it is, slowly. Again, one more time slowly. At a medium speed. And then up to speed, it would sound like this. To go from a B up to a high G with a high A grace note, you begin by playing your B, then you lift all your top fingers up and put this finger down at the same time, all right? So B, all these fingers up and this finger down, and then you put your thumb down, okay? Slowly, it would sound like this. Okay, at a medium speed, it would sound like this. And then up to speed, it would sound like this. To go from a low A up to a high G with a high A grace note, you start by playing your low A, all your top hand fingers up, and then your thumb back down. All right, so it's a little bit easier than the C and the D, but there's still some fingers moving around. So A, all these fingers up, thumb back down. Okay, slowly it would sound like this. Medium speed, it would sound like this. Up to speed, it would sound like this. Okay, last one. If you're going from a low G up to a high G with a high A grace note, you begin by playing your low G, then you're going to lift all your top hand fingers and your pinky at the same time, like that. Then you're going to put your thumb back down. Okay? Slowly, it would sound like this. Don't forget to lift your pinky. Try it again really slow. At a medium speed, it would sound like this. And then up to speed, it would sound like this. Okay, I'd like you to try this exercise with me. I'm going to go from a low G up to a high G with a high A grace note, all right? And I'm going to do that 4 times. Then I'm going to do the same thing from a low A up to a high G. Then I'm going to do it from a B and a C and a D and an E and an F, okay? I'm going to do it 4 times each. If that sounds complicated, you'll see exactly what I mean once I start playing. All right? So again, you're going to go from the note up to the high G with a high A grace note, separating them. All right? Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, A. B. C. D. E. F. Okay, that was 4 each. Now, one thing you got to make sure of when you're doing those is that you're not doing any cross fingering, all right? Which just means like when you're going from a C, for instance, up to the high G, you got to make sure you get all these fingers down and your high or and your pinky finger up, right? So you're going, all right. You got to make sure that not only is the high G good, but all your fingers are in the places they're supposed to be. All right, that is ascending high A grace notes.